All right, welcome to today's Explainer. Have you ever actually stopped to just wonder about how incredibly organized your own body is? I mean, really, think about it. Today, we're exploring these tightly coiled, literally microscopic instruction manuals hidden inside your very own cells. We're talking about chromosomes, genetics, and the absolutely profound way inherited traits get passed down from generation to generation. It's this wild journey into some breathtaking biological mechanics. And as we're going to see in today's course curriculum, it all points to what they describe as a truly magnificent sense of design.
And this concept isn't just rooted in modern science. The curriculum actually draws on some ancient wisdom right off the bat, quoting Luke chapter 12, verse 7, "Even the very hairs of your head are all numbered." The source material uses this specific scripture to really highlight the intentional detail behind your creation. It perfectly sets the stage for the science we're about to uncover. Basically, it suggests that there's no way anything about you is just random. Right down to the absolute smallest detail, there's this awe-inspiring level of care and precision.
But, okay, that brings us to a pretty compelling question. We know the detail is there, right? But how exactly does your body know how to build that hair, or your eyes, or your entire immune system? Your body doesn't just guess. So to answer this, we've got to look deep, and I mean deep, inside the nucleus of your cells to find the precise little packages carrying these vital instructions.
So, here's what we're covering in the agenda today. First, the blueprint of life. Then, counting your 46 chromosomes. After that, inheriting your unique traits, followed by when copying errors happen, and finally, education rooted in morality.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the blueprint of life.
So, I want you to think of a chromosome kind of like a highly organized filing cabinet. If your DNA was just floating around loose inside your cell, it would literally be a tangled, completely unreadable mass. Instead, it's neatly wrapped around proteins into these tightly coiled strands. And this organization is just brilliant, because it packages your DNA into units that your cells can actually read, copy, and reliably pass on. These are the genes carrying the ultimate decisions about all your physical traits.
Moving right along to Section 2, counting your 46 chromosomes. Now, the absolutely crucial number here is 46. Every typical human cell contains exactly 46 of these chromosomes. But here's the thing, they don't just operate all by themselves. They're organized super neatly into 23 distinct pairs. This mathematical consistency is really the foundation of human biology. From the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes, every single cell is referencing this exact same library of 46 microscopic manuals.
The first 22 pairs, well, they dictate all sorts of things about your body. But that 23rd pair serves a very, very unique function. Two X chromosomes carry the instructions for females, while an X and a Y chromosome carry the instructions for males. Just think about that. One single pair out of 23 holds the entire blueprint for this fundamental aspect of human biology.
Which brings us to Section 3, inheriting your unique traits. You know, there's a really beautiful symmetry to family traits. Out of those 23 pairs we just talked about, you inherit exactly one chromosome per pair from your mom and one chromosome per pair from your dad. Because you're getting precisely half of your genetic instructions from each parent, it perfectly explains why, say, you might have your dad's nose, but your mom's eyes. And these traits aren't just cosmetic either. This combined set of instructions governs absolutely everything. We're talking everything from the curl of your hair to the strength and function of your internal immune system.
And get this isn't just some process that happened once before you were born. It's happening right now. Let's say you fall off a bike and scrape your knee. Well, your body needs to grow new skin and heal, right? To do this, your cells have to divide to create new cells. During this superactive phase, your chromosomes spring into action. They ensure that your entire genetic manual is duplicated and passed on into the brand new cells without a single hitch. It is literally a microscopic miracle happening millions of times a day inside your body.
Let's look at Section 4, when copying errors happen.
So, as you can imagine, precision here is vital. When there are changes in the number or even the structure of those chromosomes, it leads to specific genetic conditions. For example, Down syndrome is caused by simply having one extra copy of chromosome 21. Just one extra manual in the library changes the body's entire development. The curriculum also points out Turner syndrome and Klinefelter syndrome, which arise from errors during the copying of the sex chromosomes. Understanding this really reveals the staggering precision required for human development. It definitely gives us a much deeper appreciation for the incredibly complex order built right into our biology.
And finally, Section 5, education rooted in morality.
So, transitioning a bit here, the core philosophy of the Heroes Smart Academy curriculum intertwines biblical morality directly with education. Their main premise is that being educated but lacking a moral compass, well, that ultimately leads to harmful choices that affect both yourself and others. The source material argues that understanding the complex mechanics of the universe actually requires the moral grounding to navigate life's real, everyday decisions. Basically, they're saying that education without morality leaves a pretty crucial gap in human development.
To reinforce this idea, the curriculum points straight to Romans chapter 8, verses 6 through 7. The series uses this scripture to make the argument that engaging with the world through a lens of faith doesn't contradict education at all. Actually, scratch that. It's more like it anchors our educational journey in a foundation of ultimate truth and internal peace. The focus here is really on developing the whole person, mind, body, and spirit.
So as we wrap up today's explainer, the curriculum leaves us with one final, really powerful question. Will you choose to align your moral blueprint with the divine designer who numbers the very hairs on your head? This source material clearly challenges its readers to view the complex biology of our 46 chromosomes through a lens of faith. It's definitely something to think about. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I will catch you in the next explainer.